Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here and welcome back to the Railway. Today I'm looking at Hornby's latest TT120 release. The TTA tanker wagon has been a classic in Hornby's range pretty much forever. There's this one, the old 00 scale one, which is many years old now, but Hornby used it for years. And then of course they've done a retool of this recently in 00 scale, and this looks absolutely marvellous. I've not tried one yet, but if you'd like to see me review one, then please do comment down below. But today we're looking at Hornby's, I guess, third version of this model, which is this, the brand new TT120 scale version of the TTA tanker. And this is Hornby's first new release in TT for quite some time, so it's long overdue, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is like. Something has changed though since the last time I reviewed a new TT model, and that is that Hornby are now supplying the retailers, or certain retailers, with their TT range now. So this TTA wagon did not come from Hornby.com. I actually bought this from the model centre at a pretty decent discount, as you can see. The RRP on Hornby.com is £24.49. So we're going to take a look at this TTA today. Let's see what it's like. Let's see if it's worth the money, because even at 20 quid it's still quite expensive. So let's get started and let's see. And I'm still quite surprised by the size of this, which I know I shouldn't be by now, having looked at quite a lot of these TT models. But still, I guess I'm just used to seeing the 00 version, which is obviously quite a lot larger. So yeah, this is going to be quite a different experience. Anyway, let me show you the end of the box, show you which version I've got. So this is TT6024, it's in the BP livery, it's a TTA 35-ton tank wagon, and it's BP 067765. And as usual from Hornby, there's a selection of different TTAs for you to choose from. But for now, let's open this one and see what we get. Not sure if there are any accessories with this one or not. I guess we'll find out. Let's see what this is like. Yeah, I can see some accessories. So let's start with those. Wow, these are tiny. Little tiny pipes for you to fit to the buffer beams, and they're even painted. That's quite impressive. I don't think I've ever seen pipes quite this small to fit before. Quite cool that they've been able to do that still. Alright, very nice. And let's take a look at the wagon then. Quite a vibrant looking wagon, or at least by the looks of it. So it'll be interesting to see what the quality of the decoration and the finish is like. So here we go. Ooh, it's stuck. Okay, let's unwrap. And here it is. The TTA wagon. And right off the bat, the decoration and the detail is even better than on the old 00 version. Sure, that's not going to be true with the new tooled 00 version, but with the old one, yeah, it certainly is. The decoration looks wonderful. It really does. Great quality finish, and wow. Yeah, the underframe is just exquisite. Really, really impressive. Now, I have to say, my first impressions of Hornby's other TT wagons were, yeah, this is too expensive for what it is. This immediately is much more complex. All of that pipe work and brake rigging, oh, that is just insane on the underframe there. And we've even got kinematic couplings on this too. So yeah, genuinely very, very impressive. We'll take a closer look at all of this in just a second. But first of all, here's a bit of background on the TTAs in real life. The TTA tank wagons were introduced in the 1960s, but built by several different companies. As such, there was a lot of variation across these wagons, though they were all built to the same basic standards. They were used to haul petrochemical products across the country, although some were later repurposed over the years to carry other substances and chemicals. They were built in the thousands, and while most of them were withdrawn in the early 2000s, some do remain under preservation today. So I would say that this is by far the best piece of TT scale rolling stock I've looked at so far. It really is just tremendous. The quality is noticeably better than on previous TT models that I've looked at, which were quite messily assembled with lots of visible glue, and the complexity and number of parts on this model seems to be miles above what we've seen before as well. The construction is still mostly plastic on this, unfortunately, although the weight does come in at 12.9 grams, which is a couple of grams heavier than the other TT rolling stock I looked at. Let's take a look at the decoration then. So the green of the tank, as well as the yellow of the sole bar, these are extremely vibrant and they really do look excellent. Although I guess if you're looking for a more realistic look, you probably are going to want to weather these because they're incredibly bright. Unlike the old 00 scale version of this model, the sole bar itself has tons of printed detail on it, and it's very, very high quality. I was half expecting such a complex paint job to have been done with UV printing, which would have been much cheaper, but this all looks tampo printed, which is far higher quality. And then the print work on the tank is fantastic as well. Most of this text is legible. We've got full colour printing. Absolutely tremendous. For less than £25, this is actually quite mind-blowing, and wherever you look there are separately painted parts. Even the axle boxes are painted, as you can see. I think the most impressive aspect of this though is the number of separately fitted parts and also the quality with which these have been applied. So we've got the ladders on this end. I think these are probably etched metal. They look like it anyway, and they lead up to this decking on the top, which I think is also etched. The quality and detail of the texture on there is just fantastic. Really, really good, and perfectly fitted as well with no visible glue. The brake handles are separate parts as well, incredibly fine, and they've also had the ends of the handles painted. The buffer beams are beautifully detailed. There are metal buffers, not sprung, but metal buffers, which is good to see. Coupling hooks, no screw link couplings for those unfortunately, but at least we've got the hooks, and there's the hole for you to fit the pipework if you want to. You've also got the full brake rigging on the side, which again is very, very fine. And if I show you underneath the wagon, the amount of detail here is just beyond belief. So many separate parts as well. This is not just a part of the moulding. They've actually put all these pieces on separately, which is insane. We've got metal wheels, which look quite good, although some of the brakes are not adjusted correctly. So you can see that this one is touching the wheel, and that axle is actually quite stiff. And that will actually have a number of effects. First of all, it obviously means that the wagon is not as free rolling as it would otherwise have been. And that means with small numbers of these wagons, you can actually couple to it easier, because when you push two wagons together, it won't just roll away as easily. They'll actually couple together. It also means though that if you put a large rake of these together, then you're going to have more resistance and drag if these misaligned brakes are a common issue. So my solution would be to have made this heavier and have the brakes not touching the wheels, just like in real life. I think that would have been a better approach. Not that I think these misadjusted brakes are deliberate. The other thing to mention in that vein is the kinematic couplings. Yeah, unfortunately these do get stuck from time to time at the end of their travel, which again is not really something you want from a reliability point of view. So it's a very, very good looking model, but it does look as though form has been prioritized over function somewhat. But how it runs, I'm not too sure yet. I've not given this a try. So fantastic wagon, incredible level of detail. Let's now get this down onto the track. Let's see how the couplings work, and let's see how it gets on around the curves and over the points. Okay, so here is today's setup. Now, unfortunately, because of how long it's taking Hornby to get new TT locos out, the 08 shunter is really the only loco suitable for hauling this TTA tanker, unless you want to use an A3 or an A4 to do it, and if you're modelling realistically, then you don't. I've also set up some other Hornby and Pico TT wagons behind it, just so that we can test all of the couplings. And then here is the TTA, which is not very free rolling, as you can see. Oh, oops, I've gone uncoupled. Hang on. Yeah, as you can see, it stops itself pretty quickly. Yeah, not the most free rolling, but hopefully, as we saw a second ago, hopefully that will mean that it couples quite well, because it should couple instead of just moving backwards. So let's see if it does. Let's back up the 08 shunter. Let's try and do this somewhat realistically. There we go. Did we get it? Nope. So let's do it somewhat less realistically. Did we get it? Yeah, we got it then. So yeah, with enough force and enough speed, the couplings do work. But I think if you wanted to do it sort of slowly and realistically, you're going to need several tankers in a row to make up the weight. and that's even with one of the axles being quite stiff. So yeah, it's a pity this wasn't heavier. There's lots of room inside this tank for weight. It's a pity they didn't use it. Right, let's carry on and test the other couplings. The 08's cut out. Come on, wake up. I think we might have got it there. Yep, we did. All right then. So let's run around the track and see how it gets on around the curves. All right, so there it goes. Yeah, it seems to be absolutely fine. The kinematic couplings don't return to the centre properly all the time, but they don't get stuck so badly that they won't return to the centre when connected to something. So that seems to be pretty much okay. And it looks absolutely fine. There's no wobbling or anything like that. It seems to be nice and stable, and it's handling these curves absolutely fine. So I think now I'll open the points and I'll send it to and fro over the points a few times just to check that it's okay doing that. Okay, let's open these points and see. Here we go. Yeah, they took them forwards, no problem whatsoever. TTA still on the track. Let's go backwards. Yep, so under compression, no problem at all. Let's really go for it and just check the stability of it. Yeah, I mean, seems to be pretty much unshakable. Alright, so once coupled, performance is fine. Again, a little bit of a faff getting it coupled initially, but once coupled, it stays coupled and it runs perfectly well. Okay, let's have some ratings. So level of detail, I have actually given 5-star, which maybe is a little bit generous because it doesn't have the screw-link couplings or the sprung buffers. So perhaps I should have marked it down a little bit for that, but I've looked at quite a few TT models now and none of them have had those features, so it might be that these things are not likely to happen in TT anyway. And besides, the detail on the rest of the wagon is just absolutely amazing. The decoration is the best I've ever seen in TT. The underframe is rivaling some 00 scale models that I've seen. And in general, the model is just such a showcase for what is possible in TT scale. It shows that really you're not missing out on that much in terms of detail by going with TT instead of 00. So for me, it is going to be a 5-star. Performance is very good indeed, but it's not a full 5-star for me because you can't couple up to just one of these wagons slowly without the couplings just not working. So if it was a little bit heavier, that would be better. It's also not that free rolling because some of the brakes are touching the wheels, so could be some improvements made there. The quality I've given 3.5 star. Generally speaking, the build quality is really high. The decoration, spot on, not gonna fault that. There's a lot of separate detail on this, yet none of it is wonky and none of it shows any visible glue, at least not that I saw. However, the model is quite light, very plasticky. Like I said, there's a lot of space inside that tank for some weight, which doesn't seem to have been fully utilised. You've also got the couplings which get stuck a little bit at the extent of their travels, and like I say, brakes that touch the wheels. So there's room for improvement for sure on quality, but generally it's not too bad. Value for money. Now I have to say right off the bat, with the model looking the way it does, if the downsides I've identified didn't exist, then this would have been a 5 on value, because for just over £20 and less than 25, even if you pay RRP, this is a really good value model, I think. It's not cheap, but there are clear reasons for that looking at the model. So I've given it 4 star, taking everything into account, and overall that's a score of 8.46 out of 10, or a grade of B. Yeah, I do think this is the best TT wagon we've seen to date. And into the logbook, we're starting a new TT rolling stock logbook for 2024, where it is top place. And if things keep getting better and better as this one has, I really can't wait to see what else is going to join the TTA in the logbook for 2024. So there you have it then folks, that was my review of Hornby's brand new TTA tanker wagon. And I think, just like with all models, there is good and bad in this model, but I think the good is better than we've ever seen before in TT scale, and the bad is certainly no worse than we've seen from Hornby's brake van and the 7-plank open wagons. So generally speaking, things are getting a lot better. The level of detail on this wagon has really surprised me, and that's with me looking at N-scale stuff and the rest of Hornby's TT range. It's actually started to make me think differently about TT and what's going to be possible in this scale. So really amazing work on the level of detail. Performance doesn't seem to have been compromised too much, although perhaps slightly, so yeah, that's something to work on. But otherwise, a fantastic, beautiful model. Do comment down below, let me know what you think. Have you tried one of these? Which livery did you go for? Was that done to the same standard? Do let me know in the comments. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you again very, very soon. All right, cheers everybody. You take care.